All the Things I Never Said, that was the EP that came out in January.
Mm-hmm.
And then You Broke Me First followed it, right? Am I getting the timeline right there?
Yeah, you're right. Like after, when was our last interview? Like January?
It had to have been something like that. When Daniel, do you know? I've lost all concept of time, Tate. Like I don't know. It's an hour, a minute, a year, a month.
We posted it on January 21st, 2020.
Wow. Okay, so January 24th is when the album came out, 2020, and then You Broke Me First came out
In like March. Because it was You Broke Me First, I released it like right as soon as the pandemic hit. Like I got sent back to Canada and it dropped. Like it was like that kind of thing.
Why did that song not make it onto the EP? Was there any reason?
I hadn't written it yet.
Really?
No, I wrote this at the end of January. You Broke Me First.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So obviously, as an artist, though, All the Things I Never Said, it means something. Like you get something out of the way before you're able to unlock what ends up being a smash record.
I think so. I mean, I think it's like learning what your crowd likes. And, I think it was also just like I'd been in so many writing sessions with so many people. And, like the whole process is like learning how to speak. And it's like learning how to speak up your opinion when you're 17 and people sometimes don't trust your opinion or think it's valid. So it's like getting into a session and actually speaking your mind. And I've like really learned that like over the past couple like year and a half is like making sure like I want my story to be told and I want like to say a specific thing and it not be altered by like songwriting methods. Or like trying to write a great song. Like, I just think genuine lyrics will create a good song in the end. And that's like what I did with You Broke Me First was it was just me and a girl like in a room and it was like a 2-hour session.
Really? Do you think if you had that session before you created All the Things I Never Said, you would have still gotten You Broke Me First?
I don't know. I mean, it was like some days you want to write and some days you don't. And some days you write well and sometimes you write. So it's like, it really depends on the day. But I think it was just like the perfect like spur of moments. Like I didn't really know what to write about at the time. And I'd really spit out like a lot of heavy emotions in like a million writing sessions. And this writing session, like I honestly didn't have any emotional baggage when I was writing this song. Like, I just kind of created a story out of
Nothing. So, okay, you now understand for you the ingredients that were required to come up with a smash record. Do you now feel compelled to like lock yourself in a room with that same girl and also just, come up with stories out of thin air?
The thing is that you don't really know like what happens. Like it's all like it has to all work together. The producer has to be the right one. The writer has to be the right one. You have to be in the right headspace. You have to look at the right Pinterest board. It all has to come together for it to like work. So I don't think there's really like a structured like this is what you do, right? Like, it really depends.
See, I'm crazy. I would work tirelessly to duplicate everything that happened during this session and sessions that followed that gave me my hit record. I would work obsessively to duplicate all of it, over and over and over again. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Well, and I think there's one thing that I do know that like is super important is like the end of the hook. Yeah, like because I remember I don't know where this, but I was like scrolling through Pinterest, like swiping, sitting there doing nothing, and then he was like playing chords for like an hour, like the same chords, really pretty, and then I just spit out, but I don't really care how bad it hurts because you broke me first, like out of nowhere, like just spit it out, and everyone was like, that's pretty good, and I was like, okay, so I just like started a story around it and built like what this guy did to me.
So no one actually hurt you this bad?
No. I've never been in a relationship, like a real relationship.
Like, do you want to after you write a song so vividly about heartbreak? Like, now that you can hear how bad and it feels like, just like who would subject themselves to that?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm like, ugh, that kind of suck dating a songwriter. Like, they're gonna write a song about you, whether it's good or bad.
You have the ability to write it out of nothing.
Yeah, and I have the ability to make it sound however I like. So I can make me sound like the good guy or them sound like it's my decision. So
Interesting.
yeah.
So-
Well, You Broke Me First was kind of written about, like, obviously it's real emotion. Like, it's not like I'm, just grabbing it out of not like absolutely nothing. Like I felt it in like friendships or little things or things I've remembered in like past something. And like I pulled it from like multiple people and put that like emotion into it.